Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, we are going to see how we can build a Myntra clone, okay, using React.js and Redux. So as you can see on my screen, this is the demo of Myntra clone, okay. So on the screen, what we can see is we have a header where we have these categories, different categories, and we have orders, wish list, and bag, which is our cart, okay, and this nice image slider, and then we have the shop category. Okay, so let's say if we want to click on men's on any category, it will take us to the products page. Okay, so this is the products page where we can see some filters and also all the products. Okay, so let's say we want to filter with H&M. Okay, so we can write H&M and we can see H&M products over here. Okay, and suppose if you want to filter with the price, okay, high to low or low to high, you can see that price. Okay, and if we click on this, it will going to refresh the filters. Okay, then let's say if I want to add few products into the cart. Okay, so if I click here, you can see here I click twice so that there are two items in the cart. Okay, and similar to that, if suppose I want to do these shoes as wish list. Okay, so the same thing will going to happen in the wish list. So let's see, if I click on wish list, you will see two products are coming here. Okay, and if I click on add to cart, it will go into add to cart, which is here. The count increase to 3, and I can remove it from here as well. Okay, so if I go to click on bag, it will show all the products and also the billing. Okay, the total MRP and platform fee, shopping fee, and the total amount. Okay, and after that, once you click place order, it will go to orders page. Okay, there is no payment section or something because we are doing only with the React.js. That's the reason. Okay, so once we go here, it will show this thing. Okay, so let's go back to the men's, and you see the wishlist item is still showing in a this icon. Okay, it means it is still there in the records. Okay, and let's say one more functionality here is, if I click on this item, the counting raise to 1. Okay, and I'll click on the same item again. Okay, and you see the count is not increased. Okay, the reason is, if I go there, you will see the quantity increased to 4. Okay, so that functionality also we are going to do it. Okay, so yeah, without any delay, let's start the video. Okay, all right. So in this video, what we are going to learn basically is, first of all, we are going to see how we can implement React Router DOM. Okay, and we are going to use Vite project. Okay, the build tool we have for React.js is Vite. We are going to use that. Okay, because CRA is now officially deprecated. Okay, so we have to use Vite instead of that. And then we are going to see how we can create the layouts. Okay, and after that we are going to see these many hooks. Okay, use state, use memo, use navigate, use dispatch, use selector, and use reducer. Okay, and after that we are going to see Redux Toolkit. Okay, how to initialize it, how to create Redux slice, and how to use Redux. Okay, and after that, lastly, we are going to see one higher order component, which is memo. Okay, so we are going to see and implement what are all these things. Okay, so with respect to this video, I am going to show you how exactly we have to do functionality, not the UI component like HTML and CSS, because I'm thinking you guys are already aware of it. So I'm going to show you the functionality. The components will be present in our project only, but I'm going to explain you each and everything. Okay. Yes. So as you can see on my screen, I have created a Myntra clone using Vite, React Vite. Okay. So the command I have used is npm create Vite latest. Okay. And then I have selected the template as React, and I have given the project name as Myntra clone. Okay, and this is I have created inside the our playground folder, inside React folder. I have created Myntra clone. Okay, so let's go through the folder structure what we have here. Okay, as we can see, the common folders we have node modules, public, and src. Then we have git ignore we can see, and ESLint. Then we have index.html because this is a Vite, right? So index.html comes outside, not inside the public folder. Okay, then we have package log and package JSON. and then readme and read.config.js. Okay, let's see what exactly we have here. Okay, so you can see by default it will comes with this, but server by default it will not going to have there. Okay, only this you will get when you install. I have added server as like host 000 and port we want to run on 3000, and by default when I run this application it should automatically open, so open true. Okay, so let's see the folder structure what we have in the inside the src. Okay, let's open src. So you can see we will have assets folder. Okay, the other folders I have created inside this. So by default you will have assets, app.css, app.jsx, index.css, main.jsx. These four files you will have by default. Okay, so if you open main.jsx we will see this content over here. Okay, where we are rendering our app.js app component. And if we head towards index.css, I have removed all the css what was there before and added this Google font which is Poppins font, and I have applied here. Okay, and we are using universal css as margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. Okay, and let's go to app.jsx. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have only hello as a h1 tag. Okay, so let's try to run this application. To run it we have to use npm run dev. Okay, then it will start the server and we can see like this. Okay, so right now it's showing hello over here. Okay, so let's head back to the application again, and you see here I have created many folders here such as screens, Redux, pages, layout, data, and component. Okay, so we are going to create our components, UI component inside these folders. We can check in a moment, but let's check the data folder first. Okay, so I have a static data of Myntra. Okay, so let me show you. So inside data folder I have created as index.js, and we have here as this. Okay, export constant Myntra data as a object, and key we have slider, which if I open it you will see here we have array of objects where we have id and url. Okay, so these are the image url of image slider. Okay, then we have products, which is again a array of object where we can see the data of the product. Okay, each product we have here. So if you minimize this again we will see shop categories. Okay, on the home page we have to show the categories. So those category images we have, like row 1 we have the 6 images, row 2, row 3. Okay, only images we have here. And next we have icons. Okay, if you are trying to build a footer, then these icons might be helpful for you. Okay, so you can use it. So this is about the data, the static data which we are going to use for Myntra clone. Okay, so now the next step to be building React Router DOM. Okay, so for React Router DOM, first thing we should be having the library installed. Okay, the dependency React Router DOM. So if we head to the package.json, I have already installed it. So you can see over here React Router DOM. If you want the command, you can open a new terminal. So let's click here. So it will open a new terminal, and to npm install React Router DOM. Okay, and click enter and it will auto install that package. Okay, I can do one more time, it will not going to change anything, but yeah, you have to run this command to add it. So once it is added, what we have to do is we have to head to the main.jsx and import browser router. Okay, so let's do that, browser router, and we have to wrap our whole component. Okay, with this browser router, and yeah, now we have wrapped our app component, which is our main entry point with the React Router DOM. Okay, then what we have to do is we have to go to the app.jsx and we have to import two things. Okay, from React Router DOM. Let's say React Router DOM, and here what we have to do is we have to take routes, comma route. Okay, two things, and here I'll just remove this h1 tag. Instead we need to have routes. Okay, so inside routes we need to define each route. Okay, what are the routes we want basically? So let's say first route we want as path slash. Okay, and then element will be our component. So we are going to create the components inside the screen, okay, screens folder. But as of now, let's have h1 tag saying home page, okay, and let's copy the same route, or let's create it again, okay, route self closing. Then let me give a path, and I'll say cart, okay, and element you have to give your component, okay. Right now let's have h1 tag only, then later we can change it, okay. So cart page I'll say. So and now I'll just copy paste and create the other routes, okay. So the next will be orders, okay, and the last will be wish list, okay. One more we missed is products, okay, products. All right, so we have created our all the routes, okay. So now if we head back to the browser, and we should be able to see home page coming on the root, okay. So if I just search it with like slash cart, we are seeing the other route which we have created, cart page, okay. So same thing, orders and wish list, and let's say products, okay. So all the screens are working fine, okay. All the routes working fine. So now what we have to do is, first thing we have to start with the header, okay. As I mentioned earlier, I am not going to show the entire component how we are going to build it and all, but I'll going to explain how exactly the HTML and CSS are being implemented, okay. So let's do that. Yes. So for each folder, I have added all the folders which are needed. Okay. So I'll show you first that one, and then we'll go for the header component. Okay. So inside the screens, we need these screens. Okay. First is home, cart, orders, products, and wishlist. So these all five screens we need, and the same screens we are going to place it over here. Okay, and then we have pages. Okay, so inside the pages we have categories, filters, slider. Okay, so slider and category, these two components we need inside home page. So we have created as a page over here. Okay, so we are going to get to in depth inside that as well later, but I'm just showing you what are all needed. Okay, and we have filters, okay. In demo we have saw that inside the products we have filters, okay. So for that I have created the filter component inside the pages folder, okay. And if I scroll up inside the components, we have empty data component. Suppose you don't have any items inside the cart page, okay, then we have to show empty data, which is a image, please add item or something, okay. Then we have header. Inside the components we have created header folder. Then we have H product card, which is horizontal product card, okay. For cart, screen, wish list, and orders we need this, okay. And then we have product card, where we are going to show inside the products screen, okay, product card. Let's see, open the header folder, and here you can see we have index.jsx and header.css, okay. So let's open this and let's understand how exactly the CSS and HTML structure is built, okay. So let me split the screen so that I can show you about this. Okay, so I need to open this again. All right, so now you can see, let me just do this so that I can show you this thing. Yeah, so first thing, let's go to the app.js and let's import it here, okay. Instead of this h1 tag, I'll going to show the header component here, okay. So you see right now it is coming from slash component slash header, okay. So let's import it, it's auto imported, and let's do this. If I go back here on the localhost, we should be able to see header is coming up, okay. So let me explain you how exactly this is going on, okay. So let's go to the header function. Here you can see we have a container div which is Myntra header, and inside that we have divided as two divs, okay. First is header navigation and header nav. So header navigation is contain this Myntra logo and this navigation, okay. And the second section contains this search box and this orders, wish list, and the bag, which is our cart, okay. So these 4 items contains in the second section, and these items we have inside the section 1. Okay, so let's explore section 1 first. Okay, so if I open it, you will see again two classes where we have header logo, which is a empty div. Okay, this is a empty div because we need to put the icon from CSS, okay, using background image. Okay, that's why we have only single div for logo. And second, you can see div we have nav. Okay, this is the navigation bar where we are showing category: men, women, kid, home, living, beauty, and studio. Okay, if I open this, you will see multiple divs here containing the span tags. Okay, so div, you can see inside that we have span tag, and here you see nav item we are saying for common class, and then for different colors. If I hover over it, you see in the bottom we are getting different color. To apply that, we have a different class as well to each of the item, like nav item men, nav item women, like this. Okay, but we have a common class which will take this common CSS. Okay, nav item. So that's how it is. So the same thing we have over and over again in this. Okay, this is the first section. So let's see the second section. Let me open it. So inside this, you can see again we have second section. Inside this, we have two divs. Okay, first is header search. Okay, second is header item. Okay, so let's see the header search first. So if I open it, you will see a input text box and a I tag. Okay, so this I tag is for Italian tag, but we are using to put a search icon. So if you see here, we have this search icon over here, right? For that icon, we are using I tag so that from CSS we can put that icon over there. Okay, using background image, and we have this input box. So let's see the second div. Okay, header items. So if I open it, you will see we have common divs, and inside that we have common items. Only the text is changing here. Okay, so you see, first we have header item as a div. Inside that we have I icon where we are going to place the icon. Okay, so you see this trolley icon, heart, and bag icon. These icons we are going to keep because they having different class names. Okay, then we have a span tag where we are saying the only text like orders, wish list, and bag. And here we have the count as well. Okay, so this is the header structure. Okay, so let's see the CSS one by one how exactly we are using. Okay, so you see here for Myntra header, the main class, we are taking width as 100% and we are doing flex. Okay, only flex we are doing and nothing else. And here we have border bottom, which E4 color, and user select I did as none. Okay, sometime because we will click twice, it got selected. Okay, so that's why I'm removing that option to select like this. Okay, let's uncomment it. Then we have the section 1, which is header navigation, where I'm taking width as 50%. Okay, because we have two divs inside this and the parent div having 100%. So that's why we need to divide it at 50-50%. Okay, so here we have 50% and padding, you can see from top we have 0, but from left and right side we are taking 50 pixel. Okay, then we are doing display flex because this icon and these categories we need in a row. Okay, not in a column. If I just comment on this, you will see it will come like this. Okay, so we need to put it beside this whole content. So that's why we are using display flex. Okay, and align item center we are using. Then we have gap 30 pixel. Okay, so between this Myntra logo and this whole section we have 30 pixel gap here. Okay, yeah, so then we have header logo. Okay, so if I open this, you will see this particular div. Okay, header logo. So what exactly we are doing here, let me explain. Okay, so we have width and height here. Okay, so let me go to the other VS code and show you what exactly and how exactly I am putting this image over here. Okay, the Myntra logo. So if I open my other VS code, yeah, here you see it's just a HTML page where we have a span tag and some CSS over here. Okay, so let me show you what exactly we are doing here. So let me open this image first. So this image I got it from the Myntra itself where we have different logos. Okay, so what we can do is we can use a few CSS properties to set this particular icon into wherever we want. So here you see this is the Myntra logo. So if I want to use it, what I will do is I will set it in a box so that this logo only shows over there. Okay, so let me explain you what exactly I meant by that. Okay, so let me just comment on these things and should work. Let me refresh here. Yeah, so okay. So you see, for this span tag, I have created as a box. Okay, width and height I have given, and display block I gave. Okay, so now what I have to do is I need to set the background image. Okay, inside this box so that I should be only able to see this Myntra logo. Okay, not anything else. Okay, this entire image we can put it over there. So let's do how can we do. If I just uncomment it, you will see the top part. Okay, right now it's the position for this image is 00. Okay, so you are seeing this particular section here. You see on the left side. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to use background position to position this properly. Okay, so let's open that, and you see for Myntra logo, this is the position I have. So suppose if I change this position like -10, so you see it went up. Okay, so inside this here, you see this is our logo. So when I do -60, it means it's going up. Okay, so first property is for uh, horizontal. Okay, and second property is for vertical. Okay, so if you go into minus, it will go bottom. Okay, below. So but if you do 60 pixel, it will go like this here. It will start from here. Okay, so that's why let's say 0. Okay, so 0 it went directly to the top. So if we use -60, it will properly set to this location. The same thing with the XY direction. So if you say if I use 390, so it's showing star icon. Okay, so it went over here. Okay, so if I do like 190, it's coming over here. Okay, so again, so using the background position, you can set this so that your icon should come inside the box and you will see only that icon. So in this way, we can use the same image multiple times to set the images or logos. Okay, you see here we have to use star icon, this or this, or you say camera icon, this cart icon, user icon, and this trolley icon, because these icons already we have used here. You see search icon, trolley icon, heart. These all icons we are using from this single image only. Okay, that's why we need this CSS. So that's the explanation about the logo, how we are setting. So wherever you see icon, we are doing the same thing. Okay, you just need to see how you have to do this positioning. Okay, the best way is go to the application wherever you are doing this, open the inspect. Okay, developer tools, and do this and select the that particular box. Okay, so I'm selecting this div, and here you see I can see background position here. Just double click on his and click here. Okay, after px, and use your keyboard arrows. Okay, up and down, and you see the logo is moving. See on the left side you can see, and here I'm just pressing the bottom arrow. Okay, you can see all the other icons are also coming here. Okay, this is the best way. You can just place it to 00, and you can use this feature to check where exactly your icon will going to set. Okay, the same thing here. Okay, uh, you see it gone, the bag icon came. Now we can do like this, and we can try to set this icon. Okay, so this is about the how exactly we are setting the icon. Okay, let's see the other CSS which we are using. Yeah, so let me open this nav class where we have this all the navigation icons. So first thing I did for nav, which is the parent class here, display flex, that's the only thing. Then for nav item we have taken as height 12 VH. Okay, the reason we have taken 12 VH is when I hover. Okay, let me go to the application. When I hover this, the border bottom should come on this border. Okay, if I don't do that, you will see we will not have the proper padding, and if I hover over it, it's coming like this. Okay, but if you want to make sure that the border for this category should come here, then we have to use the height here. Okay, and then we have used for each item padding from left and right side. Okay, and we have used grid property to center it. Okay, you can use flex as well to center the span tag which is inside this div, but I have used grid. Okay, because it takes only two properties. Okay, then cursor as pointer for nav item. So this is a common class. Okay, nav item for all these categories. Then for span tag, we have taken some font size and letter spacing and all. Then you see here for each different classes we have nav item men, nav item women, kid, home, beauty. Okay, so these all classes we have taken border bottom some different colors over here. Okay, because whenever I hover over that item, it should show the different color. Okay, that's why we have this here. Then yeah, so let's go to the section 2. So section 2, we saw that we have two divs inside this, as it is section 2, we have to take the width as 50%. Then again, it's the same thing flex we are doing, and from left and right side we are taking 10 pixel padding. Okay, top and bottom we are taking 0. Okay, then for handle search, okay, so header search, sorry, header search, we have taken flex 1. Okay, the reason flex 1 we have taken, because suppose we have taken 50-50 width for each item. Okay, at that time if we don't take flex 1, it will not have the exact width. Okay, because on the right side you will see some width left. Okay, so in order to capture that width as well in for the search box, we have taken flex 1. Okay, and then position relative, because for icon we need to set it over here. Okay, because we have to use position absolute for icon. You see here, for icon we have used position absolute, and from top 0, left -5. Okay, and the other css, as it is an icon, it's the same css which we use. Okay, so you can check the css again. Okay, and for input tag, we have taken width 90%, height 45, and some color and border outline we have removed. Padding left, we have taken 36 pixel, because we have to set the icon over here. Okay, if I don't do that, we'll see this is how it will come. Okay, that's why we need padding left. Okay, so this clears this search box. Now, if we go to the last section of the header, which is header item, we have flex. Okay, because we need to take it in a row. And for this common class header item, we have taken flex and flex direction center. Okay, align item center. It is for centering both these items. Okay, these two items you have to center it. That's why we have used this property. Okay, and then padding from left and right, we have taken 10 pixel and cursor pointer. Okay, and also if I hover over it, it should scale up to 1.1. Okay, and for span tag we have 12% font size. And you see these icon positions we have. Okay, different icon position. For order icon we have this -500 pixel and -110. For heart icon we have this, and cart icon we have this. Okay, so if you head towards the product and project, and inside the readme, I have provided all of them in the below. Okay, you see Myntra logo, you need this, search icon, profile icon, heart, empty heart, filled heart, cart icon. So all of them are there. You can just use it. Okay. Okay. So with this, we cover header part. Okay. So let's go back and let's check here. Okay. Yeah. So we have header over here. So now you see header is something which is common for all the routes. Okay. If I go to orders, I should be able to see header component over there. And if I go to products, there also I should be able to see. Okay, so in this case, what should we do? Okay, so the one thing which we can do is we can copy this. Okay, and give it inside every component. Okay, so this way, uh, like this. Okay, what I did here is I have taken a empty fragment, inside that I kept it as like this. Okay, so for all of them we have to put this header again and again. Instead, this what we can do, instead we can create a layout. Okay, so what is layout? Layout is something where our route will render, but we will make sure that few components should not change. Okay, it should repeat over there. So let me explain you properly again with the layout creation. Okay, so let's see how we can create a layout first. Okay, so see here we have this layout folder here. Okay, inside that I have created a small layout which is header layout. Okay, so if I open it, you will see here I have taken empty fragments, and here I have imported our header component. Okay, and here we have taken outlet. So what does outlet do and how exactly this header layout we can use? Let me show you. Okay. So we have to head towards app.js, and inside here, above that, we have to create a route again. Okay. And now we don't need to create a self-closing tag. We have to create a open and close tag. Okay. And inside this, we have to wrap all our other routes. Okay. Inside this, we have to put. And here, we don't need to put any path. We need to put only element equal to our header layout. Okay. You see, I have imported from this location. And let's self-close this thing. So now what exactly it will going to do is, let me remove this home component and I'll just do home page. Okay. So what exactly this will going to do is, it will going to render our header first. After that, it will going to put this outlet. What does outlet mean is the route component, the route element. Okay. It will going to place this h1 tag over here. Okay. So if I go back, you see we are getting this header component and this outlet in the sense whatever element you provided for that route, because you have wrapped this whole routes with this. Okay. So if you head now to the products, you will be able to see the same header component, and if you go to the cart, you will see the same. Okay. So let's try one more thing. So let me put orders outside of the route. Let's see what will happen. Okay. So I kept it outside of this route, which is our layout route. Okay. I put it orders outside. So let's go back and let's see what will happen here. Let's head towards orders, and you see now the header is not coming. Okay. But let's see products. Yeah, for products, it's coming. It means you can decide for what are all routes you want to be wrapped with your layout. Okay. If you put it outside, the layout will not apply for that particular route, but for only routes which are wrapped with that layout. Okay. So you can use this layout to do such things. Okay. So if you want, suppose later on you want to put a footer here. Okay. So you can put footer component here. Okay. Or just let's say h1 tag footer. Okay, this way you can put this right here. Okay, and what you can do over here is you can make it as div, and some components like if you say here first page is there and footer is coming over here, but you want footer to be in the bottom. Okay, that time you can do one thing is I'll use inline css to showcase you. So for this div I'll use display flex. Okay. Okay, so then it will come this way. Then we have to change flex direction column. Okay, so that it should show the same way it is. And now what you can do is either you can take outlet as flex one, or you can take justify content space between. Okay, so okay, so the height is also important, and right we edge. Okay, so now you see your product is coming in the middle, and footer is go went to the bottom, and header is the top. Okay, just a example I'm showing. Okay, we don't need to use this. Okay, so let me remove the entire thing. But hope you got the idea why exactly we are using header. Okay, instead this outlet, it will going to render your element. Okay, whatever route element is there, it will render. That's the use of outlet. Okay, and the outlet is coming from react router dom. Okay, sometime people might have used react dom. Okay, but that time you will face some issues and all. Okay, it is there inside react dom, but we should not use for that. Okay, from react router dom we need to use. Okay, so this is about the react router dom and the layout. Okay, so now let's create the home page. Okay, so home page contains, first we have slider and then we have shop categories. Okay, let's head back, and inside the screen, inside the home folder, I have created two components. One is index.js and home.css. For home, we don't have any CSS as of now. Okay, but if I open index.jsx, you will see we have a React component, home component, and here we have simple div. Inside that, I kept it as slider. Okay, and slider we have created inside the pages folder. Let's see what exactly it is. Okay, so pages slider, and we have index.jsx and slider.css. Let's open index.jsx. Okay, and you see here we have this component and we are doing something over here. Let me explain you what exactly we are doing inside the slider. Okay, so we have taken Myntra data from the data folder index file. Okay, so Myntra data, from there what we are doing is we are taking slider object and we are mapping on an image tag. Okay, and we are giving item.uri. Okay, so an item.id for alternative name and key as index. Okay, and you see here we have simple structure. We have one div, inside that we have one more div which is containing the all the images. Okay, so let's go to the app.jsx and import this home component. Okay, on our path slash path. Okay, root path. So I'll remove this h1 tag and here let's say home. Okay, and like you can write it above the whole import statement, or you can just use this interlicense so that it will be little faster. Okay, so now if I head back, let's refresh. Okay, I'm on products. Correct. Okay, now I'm on root and you can see the slider is coming. So let me explain you the css for slider. Okay, it's very simple. We have gone through. If you are aware of the JavaScript projects, we have also did that time. Okay, so let me explain you what exactly we have here. Okay, so firstly we have slider container, which is our width 100%, and overflow x. Okay, vertical sorry, horizontal direction hidden. Okay, because we will have images outside our screen that we don't want to show, that's why we have hidden. And height we have taken as 60 vh. Okay, then we have slider images. What we have inside the slider images, we have taken display flex. If we don't use, all the images will come like this. Okay, like one after other basically. Okay, so display flex we have taken, height still we have 60 vs the same one, and width we have 400%. The reason is we have four images over here. Okay, so each image we have to take, you see here image tag I have targeted with this, and width as 100%. So it means the parent should have the uh, combined width. Okay, so we have four images, it means we should be having 400%. Okay, and then we have animation here. Okay, slider animation 10-second, linear, infinite. Okay, and also you see image tag we have 60 height, width, and also aspect ratio. The reason is it should fit inside this width and height, that's why we have this aspect ratio 1:1. If I don't do this, you will see the image breaking here. You see this text is gone outside and you see this image is not coming properly. That's why we need to set within this width and height. That's why we have aspect ratio 1:1. Okay, so for slider keyframes, which is animation, what we have taken, let me show you. So by default, when it is 0%, okay, till 20%. Okay, so suppose we are taking 10 seconds time, right? So 0 means 0 second, 20% means 2 seconds. So 2 second we need to show the first image, which is margin left 0. Okay, it will show the first image. Then whenever it hits to the 2.5 second to 4.5 second, till that time we have to show the second image when what like it is minus 100%. Okay, so minus 100% will bring the second image. Then when it hits 5 second, okay, we have 5 second to 7 seconds, we have to show minus 200, which is the third image. And when it hit 7.5 second to 9 second, we have to show minus 300. Okay, so after that, whenever it hits 100%, we have to show the margin left 0, which is first image only. So this is the header we have. Okay, so it's a very simple slider we have. Okay, that we have used here. So let's close this. Hope you have understood. If you have any questions, you can put it in comments so that I can reply to that. Okay, so the second thing what we have is categories. Okay, so let me show you what exactly we have inside the categories. Okay, so if I open this categories folder, we will have index.jsx and categories.css. So let me open index.jsx, and you see here we have again a small structure where we have this div. Okay, this is the container div. Inside that we have one header. Okay, where we are saying shop by category a span tag, and then we have one more div where we are showing category row. Okay, so category row is one more component where we have one div where we are just listing all the images. You see image tag we are just mapping the list. Okay, so if I show you the data for shop category, You see row 1 we have array of items, we have to map it over images, row 2, row 3. The same way, if you see here, Myntra data dot shop category dot row 1, row 2, row 3, all the rows we are showing. Let's import it inside the home component and I'll show you, then we can go through the code. Okay, I have imported this way, and if I head back, you will see here we are getting this header and we have this row 1, row 2 and row 3. This is it. Okay, so let me explain you what exactly HTML and CSS we have over here. Okay, all right. So the first thing what we have is our parent div, which is categories, right? If you see here, I just taken margin top, nothing else I have taken. Okay. Then for header, we have taken padding 20 pixel from all four sides, and text alignment center ID. You see text align center we have here, and then font size, font weight, and color we have taken as red color. Okay, and shop category row. Okay, so category row is this one. So we have created this sub component over here, which is just a div which is mapping the images. Okay, that's it. So for this we have taken flex. Okay, because all these images we want in a row. If I don't do this, you will see it's going on the left way. Okay, so let's enable this again. Flex width we have taken 100%, justify content center, because it should come on center. Okay, that's why we did this. And then we have this category image, where we are taking width for each image as 16%. Okay, if I increase it, you will see the size of the image will increase like this. Okay, again if I do 20, it will again increase and go outside of the screen. Okay, you see, we have to properly set exactly so that it should come like this. Okay, it should not break our UI. So that's why I have taken 16% weight, and we have cursor as pointer. Okay. So with this, we cover our home page where we have seen like slider and category section, both of them. Okay. Yes. So now you see, if I click on any of this category or order, wish list, bag, it's not working at all. It should take to the its respected screen. Okay. So what we can do to navigate this is we can go to the header first, which is inside component header index.js, and we can use one hook. Okay, so the hook name is use navigate. Okay, so use navigate is a hook from React router DOM used to navigate between pages, or what do we say, routes. Okay, so first thing we have to import from React router DOM, then we have to initialize it like this. Okay, constant navigate equal to use navigate. Okay, and this navigate is a function where we can pass the route name. Okay, so let's see, suppose orders we have here. Okay, so for the div I will give on click event, and inside this let's say arrow function, and here I'll pass it as slash orders. Okay, so let's go and check if it is working or not. I have just refreshed the page. If I click on orders, now you see it's going successfully there. And if I click on logo, it should come on home page, which is not coming. Let's do that again. So let's open this, and here is our logo. I'll put on click event here, and a arrow function and navigate. Okay, and inside that I'll just pass slash. Okay, so now if you see, if I click on home, sorry, the logo, it's coming on home page. Okay, so the same thing we can do for other things as well. So if you click on any category, it should come to the products page. Okay, so that's all right. I'll just copy paste over here. Okay, for all the items, I'll just copy paste. All right, so this is the last item. Now if I go back, if I click on any category, it's taking to the same page. Okay, see, like this. Okay, and now let's give the on click to the wish list, where instead of products we'll have wish list, and for bag we should have cart. Okay, and let's go back, clicked on wish list, clicked on bag. You see, so it is working properly fine. Okay, so now let's do one more thing. You see shop categories. If you click on any shop category, it should go to the products page. So let's head to the pages folder, and inside the categories, and let's use the same. Let's import use navigate. Okay, which is from React Router DOM. Let's initialize in the category row component because here we don't need. We have images over here. Okay, for images we need the onClick event. Constant navigate equal to use navigate. Okay, and here I'll put a onClick event and navigate function, and we have to pass products. Okay, so with this, if I click on any category, it will take us to the products page. Okay, so with this, we are able to navigate properly. So now we have to see how we can do the products page. Okay, so if we go to here, we should be able to see the filters and also the products page. So let's see how we can do that. So as you can see, we have this products folder over here. If I open it, you will see index.js where we have some HTML over here. Okay, and we have product.css. Okay, and also you see if I go to product component, we have filter component as well. We have imported over here. Okay, and also we have product data. Okay, so if you see filter, we have inside the pages folder, we have filter component where we have index.jsx, where we have this filter structure and filter css. Okay, so what we will do is we'll go line by line explaining each item. Okay, and inside the component we can see product component index.js, where we have this product component and css. Okay, so I'll explain you each and everything line by line. Okay, let me do this. So from products, let me open the css as well so that we can explain it better. Okay, so now you see, firstly we have this product function which is our component, and you see we have this particular parent div. Okay, so inside that we have one div where we are saying breadcrumb. Okay, it's just showing home clothing products. Okay, and second div we have it as this. Okay, and it contains filter, and second one we have again one more div. Inside that we have product card. Okay, and we are passing data. So data is nothing but each product. Okay, so I have copied this from the data folder and data file. We have id, brand name, rating, review, and all other details here. Okay, so I'm giving to the product card here. So let's import this product inside the app.jsx, and let's see how exactly the UI is coming up. Okay, I'll remove this h1 tag here and I'll just import it. Okay, you see it came from screens and products. Okay, let me go back to UI, and now you see if I refresh it, you will see the breadcrumb is coming, the filter screen is over here, and we are seeing only one item right now because I have passed only single item over here. Okay, like this. And if you see, if I just do multiple times, you'll see multiple products, but it's still same product. Okay, because we have only single data. Okay, so let it be like this, and we can see the css first. Okay, so yeah, so here you see padding we have taken first for the product main class. Padding from top and bottom, left and right we have 0, and then we have product container. Okay, so breadcrumb right now you see we have only one, which is font and padding something, that's it. Okay, nothing else. For product container you will see we have taken as flex only because we have filter and this content page, product content page. Okay, these two things we need to flex it. If we don't do it, you will see it will come one after other. Okay, this is came here and this coming here. Okay, so we need to use flex for the container, and you will see like this. And for the product content you will see we have used flex 1 because we need to take for the second section we have to take the whole width, and we are doing display flex for each product card. Okay, and we are wrapping it. If suppose there are multiple products like this, it will automatically wrap, and you can see in the blue. Okay, that's what we are doing there. Okay, and then we have taken gap between each product 25 pixel. Align item start because we need to head top, and then justify content center, so it should come in the center. Right now you can see it's centered aligned. Okay, so that's what we are doing here. Okay, inside the product. So let me open the filters component and show you that css and all. Okay, let's take it over here and filter here. So let me just minimize all of them so that I can explain to you. All right, let me do this. Here you see we have this filtered div, okay, which is this entire thing, okay. And inside that we have three sections. First section is header, second search, third price, okay. So you see here, this is the filter section is header, the search, and the price, okay. These are the sections here. If I open filter header, you will see we have filter span and eye icon. So if we have eye icon, it means we have a icon, okay. From that, where how we are doing the logo and other icons, we are doing the same for this refresh, okay. And if I click, you will see the CSS I have applied. I'll show it to you. Then the second section, filter search, we have only span tag and a text box, only that, okay. And then third, we have a span tag and two divs, okay. If I show you these two divs, these are common divs. I'll show you what exactly inside. We have input text box, which is radio, okay. Type as radio, ID high to low, okay. Price is name is price and value is high low, okay. And same thing we have label here. And if I open the second div, you will see the same input box, which is radio type, and it is low high. Here we have high to low, low to high, okay. That's the only thing we have over here. That's how you can see here. Let me show you the CSS what we have. The main filter class, okay, we have taken 18% weight, okay. And border right we have taken because you see this border coming, right? This is the that border, okay. Then for filter header we have taken top and bottom 20 pixel padding and left and right 10 pixel, and we flexed it and justify space between because we want this span tag and I tag to be on the left and right side, okay. That's why. Then we have some font size, font weight and all for span tag. And for I tag, we have taken some width and height and same background image. Okay. And this position we have used to set that icon. Okay. And you see whenever it's active means clicked, that time I am rotating the icon I tag. Okay. With minus 220 degrees. Okay. So that it should give this reset effect. Okay. Reset effect. And now the second day, which is header search, sorry, filter search, we have border bottom and padding 20 pixel, okay. So border bottom, you can see here we have this particular line, okay. And then for span tag we are taking some font CSS, and then for input tag we have this CSS, okay. So to that, to properly set over here. And then if we see the next div, which is price one, this one, we have taken again border bottom and padding 20 pixel. For span tag we have taken some font CSS, and for high low filter, okay. So this is this div. For this div what we did is input tag we have taken 50 pixel width, okay. So this will going to change this width for this circle, the radio, okay. If I do 8 pixel, you will see it will be very small, okay, on the left side. If I do 80, it will be like this much big, okay. So right now 15 is fine over there, that's why we have taken that, okay. And then cursor pointer, and label we have cursor pointer, okay. For label also we have taken cursor pointer, and the same class we have used here as well. So that's why you are seeing same CSS applied to the second as well, okay, second row as well. So this is the CSS for filter, okay. And let's go to the last thing, which is the product card, okay. Let me explain you the product card CSS. Let's open it, let's move it here. Product card, we don't need this. Yeah. So for product card, you can see we have taken the entire data, whatever product data we have taken the entire data and we are mapping it, okay. So let me explain you the structure first, and then we can go to the CSS, okay. So inside the product card, okay, we have three things, okay. The first thing, we have this image over here, okay. The second thing, we have the details with the uh, details over here, and lastly we have this action, which is add to cart button, okay. So if I open the first div, you will see image tag over here, okay. And the second thing, inside the image only, you can see rating on side uh, on the image you have rating, and on the image only you have this heart icon, okay. So that's why we have taken this way. So this div contains the rating one, where you have only single paragraph, where we have inside the paragraph span tag, one I tag for the star icon in the middle, green icon, And then again we have span tag for reviews, okay, rating and review. Then we have one more div with the different class names. You see, we are saying card.wishlist, okay, data.wishlist, sorry. So inside the product, you see by default the wish list is false, okay. Whenever you clicked on this heart icon, it should make this true. That time this heart fill heart, okay, sorry, product fill heart will going to come up. And if I just put a not here, you will see red icons, okay, the actual filled icons, okay. It means whenever the wish list is true, it will going to show you the fill heart. If it is not true, it will show the empty heart class, okay. So with this we are toggling that. Then we have product card detail, which is very simple. We have only two things. You see, one we have span tag where we are showing the brand, which is a different class name. Then we have again a class name for product name. Then we have a paragraph for product price. Okay. So here you see RS we are using data.price. Inside a delete tag we are showing MRP because we need this line over here. You see here. Okay. Then we have again a span tag to show the discount. Okay. And I'm using the tilt string over here inside the curly braces because this parenthesis we can't take it directly, okay, inside a span tag. If I save it now, you will see like this over here, but still here it will take it as sometime it consider as a function call, okay. So that's why we should not do that. That's why I have taken a tilt so that it consider it as a string, okay. There we are, I am showing data dot discount, okay, inside the paragraph. And lastly we have one more div for add to cart button, okay. So this is the simple structure for product card, okay. So let me show you the CSS what we have used it. So for the product card, which is the main class, we are taking width as 250 and box shadow we have taken something, you see, 10 pixel but 0.2 opacity, okay, alpha value. And the color we have used as black color, okay. Then for image we are taking width as 100%, okay, position relative. The reason we are taking position relative for this because we have this rating and the wish list to be used as position absolute, okay. So you see width as we are taking 100%, okay. Then rating we have taken position absolute, bottom 10 pixel, left 10 pixel, so that it should set over here, okay. And then we have taken background. You see our RGBA color I have used because we need to make this background transparent so that you can see behind the image as well, okay. That's why I have taken 0.7. If I use 0.2, you will see the color itself it's not showing. That's why 0.7 I have used. Then padding and font size something, okay. For product card rating paragraph, you see display flex we have to do because we have icon and two span tags inside this paragraph, okay. That's why we have to do flex over here. And then icon still same paragraph and icon. The icon I have used the same CSS what I have used for logo. The position will be this for the heart icon, okay. And sorry, this is for star icon actually, yeah, this is for star icon. So with this we cover the rating part, and then we have this div where we have the product fill heart and product empty heart, okay. Empty heart CSS you can see position absolute we have taken from top and right side. You will see we have 5 pixels so that it should set on this location, okay. And width height we have taken this, and for positioning we have this, okay. We have used the same CSS as logo and positions are this. And whenever you clicked on this, it should go to the 0.65 as the scale, okay, because the current scale is 0.7, okay. And for fill heart also you will see the same CSS, the position only will change, okay. And yeah, after that we have the detail section. Detail section you say padding we have taken 10 pixel. For brand we have this CSS and we have taken display block so that it should come, the other item should come in the next line, okay. And we can use margin bottom. So for product name also we have taken some font size and all, and colors we have changed it to 53, 57, 66, okay. And then product price we have some font size again. For delete also we have changed the color, and span tag we have taken in this color, okay, FF95A, okay. So it will show you this color, right. So after that lastly we have button where we have taken padding and some CSS for button, and whenever you click active it should go to 0.95 scale, okay. If I show you like this, you see active. Okay. So with this we cover product CSS. Okay. So it might be fast. I'm explaining to you guys because it's just HTML CSS. You can pause or you can just clone the application and you can go through the CSS. Okay. It's not hard. It's very easy. Okay. To do this. So with this we cover our section. Okay. So now what we will going to do is we will cover the bag, cart UI, wishlist UI and orders UI. Then we will move to the functionality. Okay. So now let's do the cart UI. Okay. So for that, let's go back here and you see inside the screens folder, we have this cart. Inside that you can see we have index.jsx and cart.cs. Okay. If I open that, you will see a cart component where we have some structure. Okay. So I'll explain you in a bit, and we have some CSS for the cart as well. So let's go to app.jsx and let's import this component so we can see what exactly the UI is. Okay, I'll just import like this from screens. The cart is coming, and if I go back, you will see this here. Okay, so we have check delivery, enter pin, 0 item selected. Still we have 1 item because we have statically put this. Okay, and this we have apply coupon, apply button, and this billing over here. Okay, with the place order button. So let's go back and let's see what exactly the things we have over here. Okay. So let me just split my screen so that we can see CSS as well over here. So let's go to this HTML first, what exactly we have. Okay. So you see, firstly, we have this div, okay, the cart container. Inside that we have cart item selection where we can see the selected items over here on this first section. The second section we have cart bill where we can see the billing. Okay. If I open the first section, you will see there are two divs. Okay, cart delivery service, which is this simple text, the first one. Okay, and if I see the second cart item where we will show the items. Okay, let me open the first div. So you will have only span tag where we are saying check delivery time and service, and second we have button enter pin code. Okay, then we have second div. Let's open that, and you will see here one span tag saying 0 item selected, and second we have one more div as cart item container where we can show hip product card, sorry, cut. Yeah, so second we can see here div. Okay, so inside this div for cart item container where we will show the products. Okay, so h product card, which is our horizontal product card where we are passing the data. Okay, if you see this product data, we have it here as well, the static data, and the same you will see over here. If I just copy it multiple times, this one, you will see multiple products, the same thing. Okay, so let's just undo, and then second section, let's see cart bill section. If I open it, you will see two divs. First div is for cart coupon where we can see span tag and a button tag. Okay, apply coupon and button name as apply. Cart billing, we have something different. Okay, so we have first span tag where we are saying price details, 0 items right now, then the table, and then we have lastly button for place order. What exactly this table is? The table is for these things. Okay, the price and all. So if I open it, you will see only table rows. Inside that you will see table uh, data. Okay, so I don't know why this TD is coming in middle. Let me remove it and let's check. Nothing is checked. Okay, so we have first is total MRP and second price we are showing. Okay, and same thing here, platform fee, shopping fee, and total amount. The reason we have taken class name because the font is different for this. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, that's the only thing. With this we cover HTML structure. Okay, so now let's see the CSS for cart. So first thing, cart container, you will see max width we have taken 100% and width we have taken 65 and margin 20 pixel auto. The reason is we have to center this. Okay, if I just remove this, you will see it will move to the left side and it's a 65% width. Okay, out of 100. But if you want to center it, we can do 20 pixel auto. Okay, you can do 0 pixel as well if you want, because it's just a top and bottom padding. Okay, sorry, margin, that's it. And then we have used flex because the two section we have to take it side by side and align item start. Okay, because it should come from the top. Then we have for the section 1, which is this section. Let me minimize the other. So for section 1, we have taken flex 1 to take all the width whatever we have over here. Okay. Then padding 16 pixel. For delivery service where we have span and button tag, we have taken as flex, justify content with space between, and align item center. Okay. For span tag, we have some this color, 3D color, and we have font size is this. For button, you can see we have color and borders with the same color, and the other CSS we have applied. Okay. And you see here we don't use background, we use background transparent. Okay. Then for cart item, you can see margin top we have taken because from this particular thing we need some gap. Okay, that's why we taken margin top. Then for span tag we have used the same 3D color and font size, font weight, and letter spacing. For cart container, you will see max margin top we have taken because from the product and from this 0 item selected we need some gap. Then max height we have taken because if you have multiple products, suppose let's comment this. So let's take multiple products with the same. You see, it's breaking the UI over here. Okay, but we don't want the UI to be break. That's why what we have done is we have taken max width 60 VH. It should go till that. Okay, and margin sorry overflow auto so that scroll bar come up with this only. So with this it's not breaking our UI, it is giving the scroll bar over here. Okay, that's the reason we did that. So let me remove the other products. I have added so many. Yeah, so with this the container we are covered. Okay, and you can see I have used these CSS to change the properties for the scroll bar. Okay, so here WebKit scroll bar 6 pixel width and scroll bar tracker I have taken FE color, and for the thumb I have taken this color with a border radius 8 pixel. Okay, so let's see the section for billing section. Okay, so for billing section let's start with this. We have taken width as 35%, border left because left side we have the other content, that's why this border is coming up. Padding, and for the coupon we have taken the same CSS but margin bottom is extra, and font size and button CSS the same CSS which I have used above. Okay, and for card bill, and inside that we have this span tag, we have taken this font color and size and all. For table we have taken margin top, border collapse. Okay, because if we take any border it should fit in. Okay, then for the first child we have taken width as 100%. Okay, the TD, first TD, which is total MRP, total like platform fee, shopping fee, and all. We have taken width as 100%. Okay. For the last child in the sense this TD, the second TD we are talking about. Text align right. If you don't do it, it's not looking good. You see like this. Okay. Use it, it will go on the right side. Okay. And we have taken again font size and the padding for commonly for TD, table data. And then now you see the last item, this total amount, we are targeting TD to change the font size and font weight. Okay. And lastly, card billing. With this class name, I am targeting the button to change the CSS for the button. Okay. The same CSS above what we have used, same are here. Okay. And when you click it active, it will go to the 0.95 scale. Okay. So yes, so with this we cover the card screen, but we have to see horizontal card. Okay, what exactly we are doing inside this. So this is also the similar to the what product card is. Okay, only the change is this, you will see the image will come on right side and the other things on the sorry, image is on the left side and the other things on the right side with the cross button. Okay, that's the only change. So if I show you the HTML, yes, the HTML will be first you will have a container class. Inside that you have first div for image, second for the information, and third div for close button. Okay, so this close CSS we have used to apply the icon. Okay, so I guess the last it should have, yeah. So the same CSS we have used and the position will be this for the close icon. Okay, background close position. And you see here we have image, and from the data image URL, the first image we are taking, okay, because there are multiple images for the product, but we are taking the first image, okay. And if I open the product details, you will see little different here, okay. We have the span tag for brand, paragraph for name, which will cover this first section, and second section we have this drop down, okay. So why we need drop down? Because if user want to change the quantity, user should be able to do that. That's why we have this, okay. And third thing, we have this price div, which is the similar to the what we have in the earlier product card, okay. And yeah, so with this we cover the HTML, and CSS are also very easy. It's not complicated. You will see we have width as 600 pixel for this product card. Earlier we used to have 2 pixel for the vertical card, okay. So display flex, padding, box shadow, and gap, okay. And gap, why we need gap is for the detail, and the image we need gap, okay. Then for product image we have taken 20% width, okay, for this container, okay. For image we have taken 100%, so it means 20% only. Details we have taken flex, column, and space between, okay. The column, the reason is we need this information top, this as a bottom, sorry, in the middle, and price as a bottom, okay. That's why we taken flex, and justify content space between, okay. And for span tag we have again CSS like font size and all. Paragraph, which is our product name, we have again some CSS. Select box, you can see we have taken out the border and outline. Border we have taken again 1 pixel solid, 5D color, and padding and border radius, okay. And span tag, okay, this is the quantity one. These are the span tag, and button tag will come later, I'll explain it later, okay. For price, you can see we have this CSS, the same CSS which we have used earlier in the product card, okay. For close we have saw, this is how we have, and close you can see 0.75, it will go to the scale if I click on cross icon, okay. So with this we cover our cart, okay, cart section. So now let's do the orders page, okay. So orders page is very simple, and it's very similar to what we have in the back, but it will only contain this particular part, okay, not the enter this and this billing and all. It will have how many item in the product cart. But there is only one change it to it is this: instead of selecting the quantity, it will be a text, okay, because once it go into orders, you should not able to change the quantity, okay. That's how it is. So let's do that. So let me go back, and you see inside the screens we have orders page, orders folder. If I open it, index.jsx and orders.css. So let's open it up, and again you will see here I have dummy data over here, and this is only small CSS only, okay. Let's take it over here, and let's do this, and this we have to remove it, okay. So yeah, so this is how we have. But before going into the CSS and all, what we can do is we can go to app.jsx and import it over here, okay. So this is our orders page, and let me remove h1 tag. Let's say orders, okay. And you see it's imported from screens folder, okay. So if I go back, you will see this dummy data right now. Orders as header, total items are 0 right now, and quantity you see this is coming. But you see here for the horizontal product card we have this quantity still again, okay. But we need to take it as a normal text, okay. That we are going to change in a bit, okay. So let's go back and let me explain you what exactly we have here, okay. So you see we have only one container, okay. It contains a header and again one div, okay. Inside the div we have span tag and then header, sorry, the h horizontal product card, okay. And we are providing the static data as of now, okay. So let me explain you the CSS what we have. The CSS are still same. Header, sorry, max width will be 100%. Width here we have taken 50%, and using the margin 20 pixel auto we have centered this div, okay. And padding 24 from the left and right side. And for span we have some font size CSS, okay. So order content you see again I have taken 80 VH as height overflow auto, because it will going to break the UI. I don't want to break the UI, that's why I have taken this one, and some margin and all. And one thing we don't have it here, which we can take it from the cart CSS, okay. the UI for scroll bar. Okay, so that I can just copy paste over here. I'll just change the class name and it should come as same. Okay, so and after that span tag we have some CSS here. Okay, that's the only thing, or no more like no complex CSS basically. Okay, that's why we are able to see that. If I just increase the components, okay, let's say 4 or 5, we'll see now we are getting this scroll bar here. Okay, it's not breaking UI. We just revert back, and now you will see when we come to the orders page, this quantity should not be selectable. It should be a text. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to update our horizontal product card. If I open it over here, we have to do few changes. Okay, so we have to render the UI based on where exactly the horizontal product card is rendered. Okay, suppose if it is rendered in orders, we don't need to show this select box. Okay, that way we have to do. So how do we do that? Okay, so we have to take as one more prop as type. Okay, so type will be uh, where we are passing what type it is, like orders, cart, wish list, something like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'll use curly braces and I'll write type equal to cart. Okay, when it is cart, and inside the parenthesis I'll going to put this select box. Okay, whenever the type is card, then only this select box should be shown, or else it should not be shown. The same thing I'll do again here. I'll use curly braces, type equal to orders. Okay, when it is orders, I want to show a span tag. Okay, with data dot qty, which is quantity. Okay, if I just save it, come back, we should be able to see that. Okay. The reason we are not able to see, because we have to prop this. We have to give this prop from the component. If we go back to the orders here after data, we can set type, and you can see it's showing brick symbol, means it is accepting one prop. And here we can give orders. Okay. If I go back, you will see right now it's showing one. Okay. So instead of one, we can customize that. We can say qty dot space. Okay, and you see quantity one it's showing here. Okay, it's not editable right now. If I go to the bag, we'll see nothing is coming because we have to again update our cart page. Okay, so here I'll go and I'll give type as cart. Okay, if I go back, now you see cart is coming right here. Okay, so yes, now what we can do is, again, if you are inside the orders, you should not have this cross icon as well. What we can do is we can go to the horizontal product card. We can find this, and here I'll say type equal to cart. Okay, and then only just render this, or else don't render. Okay, I'll say. Now you see it's gone. Okay, and this here we are getting the cross icon. Okay, we are able to conditionally render this. Okay, but this cross icon we need inside the what do we say, wish list as well. So what we can do here is, instead of writing cart, we will say only for orders. When it is not equal to orders, then only show it. If the type is equal to order, don't show it. That's what we are saying here. Okay, orders, uh, orders. Okay, yes, we are. Okay, now it's not showing here. If I go to the here, it's showing cross icon. Okay, so with this we are able to do this successfully. Okay, so this is called as conditionally rendering. Okay, you are conditionally rendering some data. If the component is type changes, okay, based on that you are showing this conditional data. Okay, so with this we cover our orders page. Okay. Yes, so the last UI component which is remaining is wish list. So let's see how exactly we can build this. Okay, so wish list is also going to this similar to the what we have in the orders page, the same UI. The only things will be the difference inside this component only. Okay, in the horizontal product card. So let's go back and let's see here. Inside the screen we have this wish list folder. Inside that we can see index.jsx, where we can see this dummy data and a small structure similar to the orders. Okay, and CSS. So it's exactly same as what we have in the orders. Okay, but you will see here as type we have wish list. Okay, over here for the horizontal product card. If I open the horizontal product cart. Let's see what exactly we have to show it for this. Okay, before that, as you can see here, we have this h1 tag. Let's remove it from the app.jsx and replace it with our wish list. Okay, as you can see, it came from the screens. Okay, screens folder. Now you see, we are getting this one, and you see we are getting cross button as well for our wish list. And you see, for quantity we don't have anything over here. Okay, because if you are doing wish list, you should not have the quantity over here. Okay, we will have a button to add to cart because you have added to wish list, and from wish list you want to add to the cart. That's why we need to give a add to cart button over there. So let's go to the horizontal product cart, and based on the type, what we can do here is we can do one more inside the middle div. This is the middle div, okay? And we can say type triple equal to wish list. Hopefully the spellings are right. Yeah, it's small letter, all small letter, and and we can give a button here, okay? And button we can name it as add to cart. Okay, that's it. Let's save and let's go back. And you see this CSS are coming from already we have defined some CSS over here. That's why it's coming here. Okay, so you see H product QTY button. Okay, this CSS are already there for span tag also. The CSS were there. That's why it was visible here. Select tag also we have this CSS. Okay, so because of that CSS are already coming here. So for wish list we have this add to cart button coming here, and with this we finish our UI components. Okay, now we have to move to the functionality. Now we are going to set up a Redux Toolkit in our React application. Okay, for that I am at reduxtoolkit.org, the website, and I am seeing like quick start. So let's see what are things we have to install. Okay, first thing we have to install Redux.js Toolkit and React Redux. Okay, these two things we have to install. So let's go back to our application and let's install it. Okay, so let me open a new terminal and let's paste this and install. Okay, so while it is installing, let's go back and let's see what are all things we have to do. Okay, so you see here we have to create a store.js. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's go back, and as you know we have already Redux folder here, so let's create a store.js in it. Okay, so store.js. Okay, and let's paste this. So it is trying to like we have to give the reducers here. Okay, so for that we have to create a slice folder. Okay, so slice, and inside that we have to have a product slice. Okay, .js. Let's see the slice template. So you can see here I have selected JavaScript, and we can see this is where we have to configure the store. We have to provide like give it to the provider. Okay, so we'll do that in a moment. Let's see counter slice we have. Let's copy this template and let's paste it over here, and now we can change it according to our needs. Okay, let me remove this. Let's remove this from here, and let's remove these all methods. Okay, and instead of this counter we will going to say product. Okay, and initial states we will going to have like this. Okay, first we are going to have products, which is right now empty array. Then we are going to have orders. Then we are going to have cart, and lastly okay, only three. Okay, wish list we are going to have inside the products one. And as an initial state, the products will be the data which we have in the data folder. Okay, so we have this products right over here. So this I am going to provide it as an initial data. So let's import it over here from data folder, and it's Myntra data. And instead of empty array, I'm going to say Myntra data dot products. Okay, and this cart and orders we have to do once we start using the action. Okay, let's create the related methods for this. Okay, so set products state comma action, and here state dot products equal to action dot payload. Okay. Similar to this, we'll create the other two methods. Orders, and here we'll have set cart, and this will be cart. Okay. And the similar methods we have to export it here. Okay. Products set cart set order. Okay. Instead of counter slice, we will say product slice, and the same names will change it here over here. Okay. And now you see our cart slice, the product slice is created. Okay. Now we have to import inside the store dot. Let's import it. Product reducer will name from slice and this. Okay. And inside this we are going to say product and the product reducer. Okay. If you see this particular name, we have to use it over here. Okay. So once we do this, we have to go to the main.jsx. Let's import two things. Okay. First we have to import provider from React Redux, and then we have to import store. Okay. From Redux folder, Redux store.js. Okay. And now what we have to do is this browser router and app component, we have to wrap it with provider. So let's do that, and then store equal to store. Okay. So with this we have set up our Redux. Okay. So now what we have to do is as we have initial products. Okay. So these initial products we have to show it in our product component. Okay. If I show you here, if I go to any category, here we have these three products right now, which are dummy products. So we have to have all the products to show here. Okay. So let's go to the product page where we have screens, product, and index.jsx. Okay. So here we have this data which we can remove it in a moment, but for now let's do one thing. Okay. So we are going to see one important hook from React Redux, which is useSelector. So let's import from React Redux useSelector. And what exactly useSelector will do is it is used to fetch the data from Redux store. Okay. So let's set up this. So I'll say constant products equal to useSelector. Okay. And it will have a callback function. Okay. So first you can take state and then arrow, and here state dot, then the your slice name. Okay. Which in our case is product dot, and then the state name. Okay. So if you see in product slice, we have three states: product, order, cart. Okay. So we need products now. So we'll say products, and let's just print it for a second. Okay. And see if we are getting the data. So this every time I'll do when I'm consoling, I'll put the variable in a string so that I'll know what exactly I'm consoling. Okay. So let's head back to the browser and open this developer tool, and over here you can see we are getting products, all 12 products here we can see over here. Okay. It means our Redux is working fine and we are able to fetch all the products over here. Okay. So now what we can do is we can remove this dummy data over here, and we can go here and map it. Okay. We'll say product dot map and item we can say, and there are two items we can take, item comma index. Okay. And here we'll say return, and what we are going to return is product path. Okay. So let's do that. Right. And here we don't have data now, it's item. Okay. Because we have to take it from the map, and then we have to provide one key as index. Okay. And let's remove the other two items from. If we save it and if we head back, you can see all the products are listing over here. Okay. So with this, we conclude how we have to set up Redux and how we can fetch the data from Redux. Okay. So now let's go back and see how exactly we can do the filtering of the product. Yes. Now we are going to see how we can do the filter. For that, let's go back and let's create two states inside the product. Okay. So one we will call it as price, set price. Okay. And the initial value will be empty string. Okay, and the second will be search. Okay, and set search we are going to have, and the empty value will be empty. Sorry, the search value will be empty string. Okay, so now we have to pass it to the filters component. So let's do that. Search equal to search. As a prop we have to give it. Okay, let's search and set search, and then price equal to price, and set price equal to set price. Right. So now let's go inside the filters component and let's accept it here. Okay, as a props. So search, set search, then price, set price. After this, what we have to do is we have to take for the input. Okay, so what we have to do is here on change event we can take and e. Okay, there is arrow function e as the event we have to take, and set search we have to say e dot target dot value. So with this we will get our search string. Okay, and value we have to give as search. So with this our search is completed. Now what we have to do is for the other radio buttons, okay, we have to give the same. So what we can do here is checked equal to price. Okay, price triple equal to the value. So value is high, low. Okay, if it is equal to this, it will going to check. And how do we make sure it should happen is from on change event. Again we can take event set price e dot target dot value. Okay, so this value it will going to set over here, and the same thing we have to do for this, but the only change will be this low to high, and it's a string. We have to put it as a string over. Okay, so with this our search states are fine. We have set it. So now let's create one more, which is handle clear function. Okay, so what does handle clear do? When you click on this arrow here, it will going to reset your search. Okay, so we are going to call this method from this eye icon. Okay, so that is the our icon over here. So what exactly we'll going to do inside this is set search empty, set price empty. Right. Now so with this is fine. Let's go back and let's try to log the values. Okay, so price comma price and search comma search. Okay, so let's go back and let's see over here how exactly it is coming. So if I type something inside this, you will see we are getting that. And if I take high low, you will see high low over here. Okay, high to low and low to high, and you will see low high over here. Okay, so it means our uh, states are working fine for the filter. Now let's see how we can exactly filter our data. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is we have to use memo. Okay, so this hook we can use from React. Okay, so what we will do is constant filtered products equals to use memo. Right. So inside that, it will also be the same as use effect, but the functionality will be little different with this. Okay, so the background functionality, the working is same, but the how exactly it will going to work and the functionality will be different for you. So here, the dependency array will be search, comma, we will have price, okay, and also products. So products are coming from our Redux. Okay, so now you see here we have directly map our products. Instead of that, what we have to map is filter product. Okay, and here we'll write first condition will be search should not be empty, or price should not be empty. Okay, and else if it is empty, then what we have to return is we have to return the initial products. Okay, so inside this what we have to do is first thing we have to search. Okay, so we have to check what is the search exist inside the product. Okay, so for that what I will going to do is I will going to have products dot map, and here I'll take item. Okay. And instead map we can take filter, and here let output. Okay. So whatever filter you do inside the filter one, I'll going to take it, capture it as output, and I'll going to return output over here. Okay. So that this output will going to set inside the filter product, and filter product we are mapping right here. And if suppose the search string and the price string is empty, it will go into the else block, and it will going to return the initial product, and it will going to set here in the filter product, and that will be mapped over here. Okay. So if I just save it and go back, and I have done nothing over here. Okay. So, but still you can see products because the search string and the price is empty. Okay, it's not selected. But if I try to select it, you see the products are gone. The reason is we don't have any functionality over here. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let me create two things over here. Let name equal to false. Let uh, brand equal to false. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is name equal to item dot we have name dot lowercase dot includes. Okay, includes is for to check each item inside the name. So if you see here, you can see this relax fit hoodie. So if I do just OO inside the search box, it should give me this product over here. Okay, so that's where we have to use include. And here what I'll do is search dot to lower case. Because lowercase, why I'm doing this, because you see here like sometimes it's like r caps or sometimes it's not. So if I just do r small, it should give me the product over there. Okay, so that's why we have to do this lowercase it. And then we can do the same thing for brand equal to item dot brand dot, and I can just copy and paste the same thing right here. And we have to return both the things, name or brand. Whatever it finds, it should return here. Okay. So you see this particular line will going to return us true or false. Based on that, we are going to decide what to display here. Okay. And this line also will going to return a true or false. Suppose one of them are matching, whatever search string you have given, one of the thing is matching, either name or brand. That's why we have put this or condition. So anyone if a name or brand is matching with the search string, it should return that item to the output. Okay. So let's go back and let's check once. Okay, let me refresh. I'll do OO, and you see over here we are getting this particular one, and here we have OO, and here we have also OO. That's why we are getting. If you say I'll do H. Okay, H you will find inside the brand as well, and somewhere in the product name also. If I do H and M, you will see only two products because it's matching with this. Okay, that's why it's coming. So with this, our search is working fine. Okay, if I click on this arrow, it should refresh. Right, it's refreshing. So now what we can do is we can go for the sorting. Okay, so sorting, how we have to do. So let's say first I'll do if condition here, and we have to do price equal to, I'll check for high low. Okay, so whenever it's high low, I want to do a sorting, I want to perform a sorting, else I want to do the other way of sorting. Okay, so what I mean is output equals to output dot sort. Okay, and here we have the sort method. Okay, what exactly we can do with the sort method is when we have array of object, we can have a comma b value, and in this case we have to do high to low. So what I'll do is b dot price minus a dot price. Okay, and same thing I am going to do for the else condition, but these values will going to be changed. A minus p, above high to low we need to do b minus a. So it just ascending descending we are doing with respect to price. Okay, so that's why we have it here. So whatever it is, if it is going to sort it, it will going to again reset the value inside the output only, and we are going to return that output here. Okay, so let's go back and let's see. So if I do high low, okay, you see the prices are coming this way, high to lower price. Okay, if you see, if I select low to high, it is doing the reverse. Okay, ascending and descending basically. So 500 is coming here and the higher amount is coming over here. So with this, we conclude the price sorting. And also you can do both combination as well. Okay, if I say double O, you will see we are getting the products which contains OO in their names, and also we are getting the low to high sorting. You see 623, 1499, 2299 price. Okay, if I change low to high, it will only filter that O. Okay, because it's filtering the name as well. So it's a combination filter. Okay, so with this we conclude the filters. Yes. So now let's see how we can add the product to the cart. Okay. So once I click onto the add to cart, it should increase the count over here. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. So let's head back to the code, and from here I'll just close all the components what are open, and let's go to the component product cart index.js. Okay. Because here we have this add to cart button. So let's write one function over here. Okay, then handle add to cart, and what we are going to do inside this is using a hook we are going to add a value to our redux. Okay, so how can we do this? We can do using use dispatch. Okay, so use dispatch is a hook which we're going to use to send the data or store the data inside a redux. Okay, so for this what we have to do is we have to initialize it first. So dispatch equal to use dispatch. Okay, so with this we have to initialize it, and then we can use dispatch, and inside that we can use the method which we have defined inside the slice. Okay, so here you see we have set product, set order, set cart. Now we need set cart. Okay, so let's copy, let's paste it here, and you can import. Okay, and this so you have to import from slice. So let's go to the slice and import Redux slice and here and set cart. Okay, and what we are going to do inside this is we are going to add the value. Okay, let's say data. Okay, so data is the value which we have to add it. So it's a whole component or whole product I can say. Okay, data, and this method I'm going to call when I click on button. Okay, let's say this one. So let's go back, let's refresh again, and let's click on add to cart. But before we do that, we didn't set up anything here, so that which will tell us if the product is added inside the cart or not. Okay, so let's go back to the header which is inside the component, and let's use the uh, use selector hook to get the cart data here. Okay, so I use selector, and here constant cart equal to selector, and it will have arrow function where I'll say state dot product dot cart. Okay, and this cart we can put it right here. Okay, and as this is an array of object, we'll say cart dot length. Okay, because we have to show number here. So now you see we are getting that 0 over there, and if I click on this add to cart, it's gone. Okay, it's not showing any number. Let's see what happened. uh, Default level error, it's showing nothing. Let's console it and let's find out. Okay, you see it gave us this object. Okay, but we have to set as a array. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to wrap inside a array. We have to create a bracket, and inside that data we have to pass it. If we go back, let's refresh. The 0 we can see, and if I click on add to cart, you see count increased to 1. And if you go back to the console as well, we can see the value coming over here. Okay, so let's click on one more other product. Okay, click on add to cart, and you see the number didn't increase over here. Okay, if you go back and see what happened, we are able to see id 101, and here we have id 100, but it should add second product should be added to the first product what is existed, but we are not doing that. What we have to update over here is firstly we have to get the data over here and combine it. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So I'm using use selector inside our product card, get the cart data over here. Okay. State dot cart. Okay, and here inside this array, what we have to do is we have to do spread operator with cart data, comma, we have to do data. Okay, so whatever cart existing data we have, the previous value, we have to spread it inside this array, and the new item we have to add it like this. Okay, if we save and go back, let's refresh. Let's click on add to cart. Okay, one item is added. Now let's click on this item. Now you see second item is added. Let's click here 3. Okay, so with this we have added all the 3 items are adding to the cart. Okay, so now let's click on the same product again. So click here and you see now the count is increasing. Okay, 5, 10, 12, 13. But I am adding the same product. Okay, so if you, I'm going back and I'll show you here. Okay, so let me open this. Over here, concentrate on ID. Okay, we have ID 100, and you see here all the ID hundreds are there. So we should not have such thing. What we have to do is inside this first one, the quantity option we have, which is 1. So if I click on that same product again and again, it should give me the increase in quantity, not adding the cart to, like adding the product into cart. Okay, so that functionality we have to do now. So let's go back and let's see here. What we have to do is we have to check first if the cart dot length is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then we don't need to do anything. We just need to do this. Okay, and we have to return it. Return is because we have to break our function right here. If you don't want to write return, just put a else block over here and you can be done with that. Okay, but instead I'll going to use best practice to break the function. Okay, and I'm going to write the other logic below. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is first thing I'm going to find if the this particular product already exists or not. Okay, so how I am going to do that? I'll say let if exists equal to cart dot filter. Okay, and here I'll say item and item dot id equals to data dot id, because this data which we are getting from prop, it has everything. Okay, id, name, images and all, etc., all the things we have. So we're going to check this way, and suppose if we, like, if we are using filter, it means it will going to return an array. So if is exists dot length is equal to 0, it means the item doesn't exist, else the item exists. Okay, it exists, doesn't exist. So when it is doesn't exist, then we have to just do the same operation what we are doing right here. Okay, and then if it is exists, what we have to do, let's see. I'll say dispatch. uh, Before that, let's do this set let values equal to cart. Okay, dot map. So I'm going to do map. Using the map, what I can do is I'll try to find what id it is. Okay, so item dot id equals to data dot id. Okay, for that I'm going to do one operation, else I'm going to return item. Okay, so it means if the IDs matches, then only I'm going to interact with that. Okay, so here I'm going to return an object. Okay, which will be spread operator to item, because I just want to only change qty. Okay, and what I'm going to do is whatever item dot qty I have plus one I'm going to, and this values I'll going to set, I'll going to dispatch it. Okay, set cart and dispatch this. So let me explain you again what exactly is happening over here. Okay, yes. So first thing first, we are checking if the cart does have any items or not. If cart doesn't have any items, we don't need to check anything. We just need to set data. We don't even need this. We just need to set the data right here. Okay. The first element will be set. If suppose cart has some items in it, okay, so it will not go here. It will go here. So then what we are going to check is if the cart, whatever items cart have in the current item, both IDs are matching or not. if it is matching, then we are doing this. Okay, if it is like so if it is matching, it will going to return an array inside the isExist, and we are going to check the length. If suppose it is returning null, okay, nothing it's returning, so the length will be 0. So if the length is 0, it means there are no matching items. So that time we don't need to check anything, we just need to add the or concatenate the data into our, like append the data into the cart array. Okay, that's what we are doing. So if suppose data exists already inside the cart, then you have to do map to find out which what ID it is, so that what you can do is you can return the same values. Okay, so you don't want to change other values. That's why I did spread operator to item. I just only want to change, increase the one, increase the quantity by one. That's why I'm only changing the quantity over here. Okay, so if the ID is not matching, I'm just returning the item. So I don't want to touch the other items inside the cart. Okay, so once this whole thing is written inside the values, I'll going to dispatch those values. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so now if we go back, let's refresh and now check. Okay, so I'll add 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's click on this item. Clicked, and you see the count is not increasing now. I clicked twice, the count is didn't decrease. So let's see the console. Okay, console we can see four values here: 100, 100, 102, 103. So we have clicked multiple times on 101. Okay, so if I open it, you will see the quantity is increased to 4. Okay, it means our logic works. Okay, so with this we conclude the add to cart. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go to the bag and we can display the selected items. Okay, yes. So as the add card functionality is done, so let's head to the cart component, and then we can fetch the data from the uh, Redux. Okay, using the useSelector hook. So let me import useSelector, and let's get cart equal to useSelector. Okay, and it will be a state, which is a callback function, and then product dot cart. Okay, so with this we got the data over here. Let me remove this dummy data which we have placed earlier. Okay, let's remove that, and over here let's map it. Okay, so you see here horizontal product cart. So over here we have to map this. Okay. I'll say cart dot map item comma index, and let's return this whole component. Okay. And data over here will be item, and we have to pass a key as index. Okay, and type will be cart only. So then we have to do one more thing here: zero item selected. We have to do cart length, right? And also, if you see here in the price detail, also we have zero item. So I'll also change that to item dot sorry, cart dot length. Okay, let's save it. Let's go back, and if I you can see already four items are selected. I clicked on cart, and you will see all the four items showing here. And also you see we have clicked multiple times on the second product, which is quantity 4. You can see that count as well over here. Okay, and here we can see four items are selected, and also here. Okay, so now we are able to see the added product inside the cart. So let me refresh here, and now you see if we don't have any item selected inside the cart, we have to show a dummy screen. Okay, or empty screen. So if you see here inside the component, I have created one empty data uh, component where I'm saying, hey, it feels so light. There is nothing in your bag. Add item. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. And for add item, we'll do something in a moment. But what we have to do over here is we have to do conditional rendering. Okay, if cart dot length equal to 0, then I have to render the empty data. Okay, so this UI I am to render here. If I go back, you will see this screen is popping up here. So this is conditional rendering which we are doing. If the cart length is 0, I'm going to show this, render this component. If not, I'm going to render this below component. Okay, so yeah, so empty data we are showing here. Now what we have to do is let's go to empty data, and let me use navigate over here. Use navigate hook we can use, and when someone clicks on this button, what I want user to do is user should go to the products page. Okay, so I'll say products, basically slash products. So if I click here, we are going to products page. Okay, see like this. Okay, so now if I go to add products and let me add one or two, and you will see we are able to add the products here. Okay, so this is working fine. So now what we have to do is, like, suppose we have to do like first billing. If I added two items, like this price should be visible over here. And the second thing, if I change a quantity here, that price also should come over here. Okay. So we'll do one by one. First, we're going to do billing. Then we are going to change the quantity. Yes. For billing, what exactly we can do is, as you can see, we have this array of object for product inside the cart. Okay. So from here, it's coming. So what exactly we can do is we can use of reduce function from JavaScript to combine the price and show it at once. Okay. So let me create a function here saying get total amount, and what exactly it will going to accept is it will going to have list and it will going to return a number. Okay. So what we can do is we can do return list dot reduce. Okay. And what exactly reduce will do is it's a callback function and it will have a comma b inside that. Okay. So a is nothing but a initial value. Okay. We have to do this, and at the end we have to put the initial value. Initial value will be 0. Okay. And b will be your list. Okay. The, what do we say, objects. Okay, inside your list item. So here what I will going to do is I will going to return a plus parse int we have to do, because b dot price, the price is the string inside our data. Okay, so that's where we are doing parse int. So now if I use this function here, where here total mrp. Okay, I'll say get, inside that I'll give the cart, and the same function I'll going to use for the total amount. Okay, let's go back, and now you see we have total of this and this two things. Okay, we have over here. So with this we are able to do the billing as well. So now what we have to do is, if I change the quantity, it should reflect inside this as well, and also here in the billing. Okay, and also we have to do the remove item. So let's start with the remove item, which is a very easy one. So I'll go to horizontal product, and here I'll create a function handle remove item. So what exactly handle remove item will do is it will have id, but we don't need to take because we have data here. So from there we can pick the id. First thing, we have to take use dispatch and use selector. Okay, two things we have to take. Let's initialize both of them. Use dispatch and constant card equal to use selector, and here state dot product dot cart. Okay, so both things we already have. So what I have to do here is dispatch set cart. Okay, set card also we have to import it. Let's import. I don't know why the IntelliSense is not working for set card. It should work, but it's not working. Slice and then that. Okay. So now what I have to do is, inside this I just need to filter the cart. Okay. So cart is a array of object. I'll just filter it, and item dot id should not equal to the data dot id. So it means it will going to filter the cart and set to the cart without this current product card. Okay, so and it will going to run whenever you click on this handle remove. Okay, so we have to find where it is exactly it is. So here it is. On click, I'll going to give this handle remove item. Let's go back, and if I suppose click on this, let's remove, and you see the price is change as well. Okay, 1499, which is this price. Let's go back and let's add other items as well. And you see 5 items we have now, and you can see the total price 6195. And let's remove this. Yeah, so you can see it is working fine. So now let's do for quantity. Okay, so let me go back, and let's create a function over here. Constant handle quantity. Okay, and what exactly we are going to do inside a handle quantity is if you select any item, suppose we have over here, okay, select box. Inside this we are going to keep, and whatever value you select, that value we are going to replace with the current uh, data object for inside the cart item. Okay, so this will be on this on change this. Okay, and it will have event over here, and we need to find out event dot target dot value. Okay, so let's see if it is working fine or not first. All right, so we can see the console over here. Let me put it aside and let's change the count for this. I did 4. Let's go back and you can see the 4 value is coming. So at least the function is working as expected. Now what we have to do is we just need to change the value for this. Okay. So how are we going to do is we are going to do dispatch set cart, and for cart, let's say outside, let's do first. Okay. So here let values. The same logic I am going to use what we have used inside the product. Okay. So if I go and show you that. So okay, so we have used, I guess, in the product card. Yeah. So inside the product card, we have did this particular logic here, right? The same logic I'm going to use. Okay, so let me copy and paste it for time saving. And here I'm increasing the count. Instead of what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this value as the quantity over there. Okay, so it will be this, and the entire thing will be remain same. And this value I'm going to set inside the cart item. Okay. So let's go back and let's try if it is working or not. Okay, you see, I am changing the quantity and it is changing right here. Okay, so if we see the cart item, okay, let me open that. You see, right now we have 3 items. For the first item, it's 8. So let's see first item, and the quantity is 8. And you see, it's string format. We have to change it to int. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is here event.target.value. We have to use %, and it will be now int value. Okay, so with this we are able to do the handle quantity, but you see when I add 8, the price is still same. The price is not changing. The reason is we have to add some logic to our reducer function. Okay, let's go back to the cart. Let me go here. Okay, now you see here we have to multiply price with quantity. Okay, so now let's do this. Parts int I'll do for making sure, and I'll say qty, and it should be in a wrapper so that it should multiply first then add with a. So now if I go back, you will see the change in the price. Okay, so let me change the quantity, and you see the price is increasing. So if I change it, you can see billing is changing. Okay, so with this we conclude the cart functionality. Now what we have to do is we have to do place order. Okay. All right. For place order, we have a simple action as we don't have any payment gateway in place. So if I click over here, place order, it should add all these items to the orders. Okay. So let's go back and let's do that. Okay. So over here, I'm going to create a function handle place order, and what exactly it will going to do is it is going to just add the items. Okay. So let's import use dispatcher hook, and let's initialize it equal to use dispatch. And one more thing we have to import is set orders. Okay, and you see intelligence came now. So dispatch set orders inside the cart. Okay, the whole cart, whatever cart items we have to place it here, and then we have to empty the cart. Okay, for that cart empty array. Okay, and this button I'll going to have it over here. Okay, on click this. All right. So let's go back, and if I click here, these all items should add to the orders, and we should be able to see inside the orders. Let's click here, and you see the cart is empty now. I click orders, and you are seeing this. The reason is we haven't mapped it here. This is a dummy data. So let's go back to the orders page where we have here. index. And here what we can do is we can import useSelector, and let's get the orders. Okay, selector state dot product dot order. So we have this orders as initial state. If you remember inside our Redux slice, you see here. Okay, that we are using over here. Orders. Let me remove this, and we have to put the same condition here. If we have orders dot length equal to 0, we have to render empty data. Okay, and for this particular thing, we have to map it our orders. Okay, orders dot map item comma index, and here just return the whole thing. Okay, so let's pull up, and over here we are mapping, and it should not be data, it should be item, and key as index. Okay, so it will be, the type will be orders only, and here you see 0 items are there, so I'll change it to orders dot length. Okay, if I save it, let's go back, and you see inside the orders you can see all the 3 items are coming. Okay, so if I refresh it, you will see empty data here. Okay, so let's go back, let's add few items inside the cart. Let's do the placeholder. So I'll going to buy 2 shoes, and let's place order, and if I go to the cart, I can see quantity as well and all the details. Okay, so with this we conclude the orders page. Now the only functionality which is remaining, wish list. Okay, yes, so now we can do the wish list. Okay, so once I click here, it should make this heart icon, and if I go to wish list, it should show me that item over here. Okay, so this is the dummy item. Okay, so let's go back to our application here, src, and we have to go to the product cart. Okay, from there we have to do this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a wish list method, and what exactly it will going to do, it will going to dispatch set products. Okay, because we have to update the products array or redux. Okay, so then we have to import it as well, our products, and here products. Okay, okay. So now what I'm going to do here is dispatch set products, and inside this I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm using the same thing again and again. Okay, if you see in the add to card also, I have did for quantity, this map method thing. The same thing I'm going to do here for the wish list. Okay, so I'll going to do let values equal to products dot map. Okay, and I'm going to find what is the current product. Okay, if item dot id equals data dot id. Data is our current component. Okay, here data, and if it is, then I'm going to return the whole item as spread, because I want to change only wish list. So let's see what exactly the key name inside the data. I don't want to mess this up. So wish list, L is capital. Okay, so let's do that, and I'm going to do not item dot wish list. Okay, if it is false, it should make it true. If it is true, it should make it false. Okay, that's how we are doing. So value I'm going to provide here, and else condition we have to write return item. Okay, so this 6-line code we can do in only single line. Let's see how we can do. So I'm going to say using return, and we have to use ternary operator basically. Okay, the first thing we have to put a condition. Okay, this is the condition, question mark, and then we have to do, if it is equal to, then the true condition we have to do this, else we have to do item. Okay, so this entire thing we have written in a single line. You can do this way as well. Okay, so now we have set the values, and let's use this for the icon. We have icon over here. Okay, so let's do on click and this function. So let's go back and let's see how we can work it. I clicked here, clicked here, clicked here, clicked here. Okay, so the wish list is working fine, but we can't say now because we have to see the items inside the wish list. So how can we see that? Let's head to the screens wishlist and index.js. And here let's import it. Okay, right now we are showing dummy data. So first thing we have to import is use selector, and let's take products here. Okay, so I'll say use selector state dot product dot product. Okay, and I'll going to remove this dummy data here, and over here we have to map it. Okay, I'll say products dot map item comma index and return this whole thing over here. Okay, and okay, something messed up. Okay, I took the div as right. So now this data, it should not be data, it should be item, and we have to give a key as index. Okay, but there is one problem where we have to put filter, because we have to filter with wish list. Okay, item dot wish list. If it is true, then only it should be mapped, or else it should not. Same I'll copy here, because we have to put the empty data array as well. If there is nothing inside the wish list, we have to show the empty data component. Okay, so it's not importable. I don't know. Empty data from components, you have to go empty data, right? Let's use it right here. Okay, all right. So if I go back, you can see still we have your wish list here. I click here, nothing is coming. So let's see why nothing is coming over here. Okay, we have to put double zero, triple equal to zero. Okay, right. Now it should show. See, all the wishlist products we can see over here. Okay, so now the next thing will be, if I click on this cross item, it should go. But if you see, if I go back and if I just click here, it's showing false. Okay, now it's not inside the wish list, and the same I can see over here. Okay, let me show you again. I clicked here, and let's go back, and that product is not here. But we should be able to remove it from here as well. But if I click this, it will not going to work, because we have did this event for our cart item. Okay, so handle remove we are doing for cart, but over here we can do one thing. We can have type as cart. Okay, so when the type is cart, we have to do this, else we have to do the other one. Okay, or we can use else if, and we will say type triple equal to this, but instead we can just use else only, because we have only three actions. Okay, so let's do this. We'll have dispatch and send products. Okay, it's already imported over here, you can see. And what we have to do is we have to filter out this particular item, but we have to get the products first over here. Let's say products, and over here what we can do is we can filter the products item dot id not equal to data dot id. Okay, so the same thing what we did in the cart we are doing here. Okay, so let's go back and let's see if it is working or not. Okay, I clicked here, it removed, and we have empty wish list. Okay, you can go back and see there is no heart icon over here, and you see it's actually removing from the uh, products. Okay, but we don't want that, it should make it false. Okay, so then in that case what we have to do over here is, instead doing this, we need to do a ternary operator data.id. If it is, then we have to do equal to item comma wish list false. Okay, and item, the same thing what we did with the map I am doing with the filter. Okay, but we don't need to do it, we just need to put map and it will be done. The whole code which we did here in the product, right, this whole code we did in a single line over here. Okay, and let's see if it works or not. So let me refresh again. Okay, I added few items inside the cart. Go back and you can see here, let me remove both of them, and it should appear here as well. Okay, so you see it is appearing here, and we can see all the products. So with this we are able to do the removing of the wish list. Okay, let me do again here. So now the last thing which is pending, add to cart. If I click on add to cart, it should add to the bag. Okay. So for that, I'm going to use the same function what we used inside the product cart. Okay. Same thing. I'll copy. I'll go to the horizontal product cart and paste it right here. Okay. And I'll just check if I have all the items present. Set cart we have, dispatch we have, cart we have. All right, we have all the items. Okay, and this logic we don't need because the cart. Okay, we need. Okay, because cart might have empty. Add to cart. I'll going to just place it on this button on click button. Right. So if I go back, if I click here, now you see it's adding the item. If I click multiple times and go back to the cart, you see 6 times I clicked, and that's why it added as 6 times. Okay. So with this, our wish list is working fine. Okay. Yes. So from the project plan, we almost cover everything except use reducer and the higher order function, which is memo. Okay. So let's see the first thing, which is use reducer, how exactly we can use it. Okay. So I generally consider whenever like there are multiple states inside a component. Where it is hard to handle it. Okay, that time I'll going to use user reducer. Okay, so basic standard I'll put it as like whenever it crossing 5 states inside a component, I'll change it to user reducer, sometimes 10 states. Okay, so let's see. Right now we have not used much state except inside the filter. Okay, we have these two with for example I can show you for these two states. Okay, so let's set up it. Okay, so first thing we have to import it from the React. Okay, so React dispatch, sorry, React reducer. Okay, and then what exactly it need to initialize. Okay, first thing we need to have the initial state. Okay, initial state setup. Or initial state we will have search. Okay, and as empty, and price as empty. Okay, and second thing it needs reducer function. Okay, so reducer function we have to create. It will have state comma action. Okay, as we have inside the Redux, the similar way we'll have it over here. Okay, and then what we can do here is we can use switch. Okay, like this, and here we have to put action, and value will be our action we are going to do. Okay, search we are going to do, or any other thing. Okay, this break I'll going to remove. Instead we are going to use something, this price. Okay, and here I'll going to return state. Okay, all right. But you see here I'm using this kind of name. Instead what we can do is we can create a enum. Okay, so let's create enum, filter enum. Okay, I can say filter enum and say object, and first will be search and search. Okay, and same thing price, again price. The same thing we have used. Now what I'll do is I'll use it with this here, filter enum dot search, and instead of price I'll say filter enum dot price. Okay, and the similar way what I can do is, you see here we have search and price, right? So I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to replicate the above two here. Okay, so how we can do it, uh, take a bracket, filter dot search empty. Okay, and then filter enum dot price, this is also empty. So what I did here is the same here. Okay, so I'll just remove it. The reason why I did is, if I suppose do search one, I'll just change it to text. So I don't need to change everywhere. I will just change it one place and it will be changed everywhere. Okay, so that's why I did that. So now let's initialize the user reducer. Okay, so here I'll say constant, and it will have two things. Okay, state comma dispatch equal to use reducer. Inside that we have to provide the first as reducer function, then initial state. Okay, so reducer function here we have created, initial state we have over here. Okay. And this dispatcher might conflict with the use dispatch from reader, so we can just rename it to dispatcher. Okay, dispatcher and dispatch, don't confuse. Okay, dispatcher we are using for use reducer, dispatch is for Redux use dispatch. Okay, So now you see we have state and dispatcher. So what does state will have is it will have the all state like state.price and state.search. Dispatcher is a function like a set search or set price, and it is used to update the state. Okay, so that's how it is. So dispatch like your reducer, you can see we have did this, but we have to do few more things here. We have to return and we have to spread the state, and then what I'll do is enum.search. For this, I'm going to change the value. So action dot payload. Okay, same thing. Okay, here I missed something. Okay, array. Okay, sorry. Brackets we have to give. Okay, so copy and paste it here, and this should be right. Okay. So with this, the reducer function is completed. Now what we can do is we can just remove the use state. We no longer needed it, but we have to replace it everywhere. Okay. So now you see here we are using search. Instead of that, what I can do is state dot search. Okay, and instead of price, I'll say state dot price. Okay, and wherever we are using that, we have to change it to state dot search. Same thing, state dot search over here. And you see here we are using price, so I'll say state dot price. Okay, this price is coming from an array, so we don't need to change over it. And here instead of search and price, I'll say only state. Okay, so we don't need to provide separately, we just give the whole thing over there. And after this, you will see here inside the filter we are providing. So what I can do here is I can do state dot search, state dot price. Okay, and inside we don't need to change because we are taking single value as a prop. That's why. Okay, here set search. Okay, set search we have to create it. Okay, so how do we do that? Because set search doesn't exist, set price doesn't exist. We have to use dispatcher. Okay, so for that we have to use arrow function over here. Okay, and use a dispatcher. Inside that you provide two things as a object. Okay, first is type. Okay, so type will be our filter dot search is the type, comma payload. Okay, payload will be value, so value will come from this arrow function. Okay, so this set search which is going inside the filters, we have to treat it as a arrow function which is going to get you the value. Here you see we are calling this function, and this value will come right here in the value, and it will be taken as a payload. The same thing we can do for the set price. The only change we can have it this. Okay, and few more things again we have to do over here. Inside the reducer, action dot type we have to take. Okay, because you see this filter dot search is a type, and this type should match with this case. Then only it will going to change something, or else it will not. And action dot payload we have, payload is the value. So let's go back. So this is it. Okay, so let's go back and check in the application how it is coming. I'll just refresh it. If I write oh, you will see it's working as it is. H and M working as it is. High to low, low to high. Yeah, so it is working as expected. So with this we conclude use reducer. So let me explain you again what we did. We have created first enum. Okay, so what exactly enum is, if you don't want to change the value everywhere, you just create an enum and use enum everywhere. Okay, then we have initial state where we have the search and the price as the empty values. Okay, then we have reducer which will have two things, state and action, and we have a switch statement here what based on action. Okay, if the action dot type matches with the case, then it will do this operation. So here what we are doing is the state we are not changing, like the other values we are not changing, we are only changing the search here. Okay, because it is matching with the case, and we are changing the action dot payload with that value we are changing. Then we have filter enum dot price. Here also we are doing the same thing. Okay, and if it is not matching any case, it is just returning the state. Okay, and then we have this initializing of use reducer. So use reducer we have taken, and we have to pass first thing as a reducer function, then the initial state. Okay, and it will give us two things, state and dispatcher. State is something which can be accessible, like using that we can access the other states. Dispatcher is a function to update the state. Okay, and that's so we have updated all the values everywhere. And you see here dispatcher, how exactly we are using is dispatcher, and it is a function. Inside that it is passing an object where you have a type which will going to match it with the case, and then the payload which is the value. Okay, that's how we are doing over here. So with this we conclude use reducer. Yes, so the last thing which we spending is higher order component. Let's see how we can use memo. Okay, so memo will be used by the child components, I can say. Okay, so if you see, we have, let me open products. Okay, and you see over here we have this filter or product. Okay, and if suppose some operations are happening outside of this product component, which is not at all related to product card, okay, it's happening outside. So if it is happening in this case, what will happen currently, if I do something outside the operation, like outside operation, it will going to re-render the product card component as well. But actually we don't want to do that, because why we need to re-render again this component if the action is not related to this component, right? So in this case, we will go to use memo, this higher order component. Okay, so let's create an example, and then let's see that. Okay, so I'm going to have one thing over here, inside the breadcrumb. Let's say I'll have an input box. Okay, I'll say type text. Okay, placeholder, right, and I'll create a state for now for the practice purpose. Text and set text, use state empty value. Okay, and I'll say value equal to text, and on change will be our set text. Okay, so it's a basic uh, text box, okay, which I have created. Now if I go back, let me refresh, you will see text box is coming here. So let's go back and let's go to the product card and just give a console right here. Okay, so I'll say hi. Okay, nothing else. So if I open this, let me refresh it, and where this console is coming from, header. Okay, I don't want this to come in between what I'm showing here. Okay, all right, console. Okay, so you see, our product component is rendered 12 times. Okay, so because we have 12 components, it's rendered 12 times. That is absolutely fine. So, but if I write something inside this, okay, and show you, I have written only these many letters over here, but you can see the product component is rendered 108 times. Okay, that's a very big performance issue. Right now we have a simple components, we can find with that, but it will be a very big issue if we have other components which is dependent on so much data. Okay, so how do we overcome this? We have to use memo. Okay, so let's go back to the here product card, and from React we have to import memo higher order component. Okay, so here what we have to do, what the changes we have to do is, you see here we have this function. We have to change this function into arrow function. So let's do that first. Constant product equals to, and here we will do arrow, and it is change. Now what we have to do is the entire thing, this entire thing we have to place inside the memo. Okay, let me cut this and memo, and I'll paste it. Okay. So no errors so far. Yeah. So the entire function, the arrow function or the callback function, I put it inside the memo. Okay, let me show you again. So this is how I did, and the entire function I placed it here. Okay, so now let's go back. Something happened. Let's see what exactly happened here. Okay, nothing. So I just refresh, and you see all the components came up, and we can see 12 times the component render. Now let's write something inside this. Okay, I'm writing multiple times, and if I go back, you see there is no console here. That means the component did not load it if I did this operation. Okay, so this is how we have to use memo. Okay, the same thing you can use for the filters and other sub components, where you think the other, like the parent action should not affect on the child. It should not render the child component. Okay, then you can use the memo function. Okay, yes. So this is about the Myntra clone. We saw so many things inside that as per the plan. And you see this box, I didn't remove it. That's fine. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.